Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt will no longer require the Cherokee Nation to enter into a one-size-fits-all tribal compact. Today, I was able to confirm with the governor's office that he offered the Cherokee Nation their own specifically tailored compact. I first reported last week right here on Fox 23 News at 6:30 that talks between the governor's office and the tribe have stalled. There is real concern the compact will expire and the Cherokee Nation tags will not be street legal outside of the Cherokee Nation lands come January 1st, 2025. I got this statement from the governor's office. We're going to read it to you in full. Quote, Governor Stitt has modified the state's offer to address concerns raised by the Cherokee Nation leadership. While he has held fast his position that the state needs to be able to access Cherokee driver registration information to levy tolls on those traveling on turnpikes, as well as settle the debt the OTA is owed by the Cherokee Nation tag holders, Governor Stitt has made significant concessions in terms of tag agencies, jurisdictional concerns, and overall amounts owed to the OTA. They conclude with Governor Stitt wholeheartedly hopes that both parties can agree to these terms and sign an agreement that is good for all 4 million Oklahomans. Just to backtrack, if you're just tuning in wondering what the heck is going on, I had Governor Stitt on the program last week and he said things were not looking good for the renewal of the Cherokee Nation Tribal Tag Compact that is in place with the state right now.
I mean, we've signed a compact with the Chickasaws and the Choctaws on their tags, but the Cherokees, unfortunately, so far have been unwilling to sign a similar agreement and are kind of dug in, and I will not make a bad deal for the state of Oklahoma.
On that same night, I had Cherokee Nation Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. on the program, and I gave him equal time. He too expressed concern that the compact was going to expire, talks had stalled, and the Cherokee Nation tags would be in limbo. He says the current compact is fine as it is and should be renewed as is. He also pointed to the fact that other compacts have expired under Governor Stitt, and now the state collects no money for things like hunting and fishing from tribal citizens.
And it's worked well. It's mystifying to me why it's difficult to renew an agreement that's been a win for everyone. But the governor insists on a system that would radically change our system in terms of us exercising our sovereign ability to issue tags and issue titles. He wants to go to more of a vanity plate model.
So let's look at these new terms. Fox 23 sources familiar with compact talks say the governor is offering the Cherokee Nation now. This is different than what Stitt agreed to with the Choctaw and Chickasaw nations. Here it is. Everything the Cherokee Nation is currently doing with tags inside its current historic boundaries can remain the same. The Cherokee Nation can continue to operate tag agencies outside of its tribal lands. The money collected by Cherokee drivers living off the reservation will change. The Cherokee Nation will register all tags with law enforcement and the Turnpike Authority and pay at least a portion of unpaid tolls from Cherokee plate drivers. That's what the governor's proposing. According to the proposal I received from the governor's office, they are proposing absolutely nothing within the Cherokee Nation changes in the new compact. Let's take a look. This is the historic boundaries of the Cherokee Nation. This is the land given to them by the federal government in exchange for that terrible moment in American history we know as the Trail of Tears. The new proposal says all of the money collected and all of the operations within the Cherokee Nation will remain the same. The governor's office says it's not interested in anything that happens inside of here. That includes money collected by the Cherokee Nation for donations to schools and other tribal functions. According to sources familiar with the Cherokee Tribal Tag Compact talks, here is where things get messy and tricky. Take a look at your screen. We're going to show you that map now, but we're going to modify it. In the current Cherokee Tribal Tag Compact, Fox 23 is told there is something called Cherokee Nation Extended. It is a courtesy that was given in the current compact that was set up. Because so many Cherokee citizens live in the Tulsa Metro and close to Cherokee Nation boundaries, if you are in the Tulsa Metro, there is currently the ability to be treated and pay what Cherokee citizens living on the Cherokee Nation pay. Fox 23 is told the governor's office wants to do with Cherokee Nation Extended, and people living outside of the tribal lands will pay a state set rate, and the money collected will be handled differently. He also believes this is an encroachment, Governor Stitt believes, on Muskogee and Osage lands. Under the current compact, the money collected from the Cherokee Nation extended registration is currently split 35%, 65%, most of the money going to the state. Sources familiar with compact talks tell me in exchange for getting rid of the Cherokee Nation Extended, Stitt will bump up what the Cherokee Nation is getting to 40% while the state collects 60%. Cherokee tag agencies that are in the expanded lands will remain open and will not change at all. The governor still insists that the Cherokee Nation, however, owes the state of Oklahoma, specifically the Turnpike Authority, more than $8 million in unpaid tolls from drivers with Cherokee plates. For more than a year now, the governor and the Turnpike Authority have said Cherokee plates are not findable by the system in the OTA that they use to charge tolls through the mail. The governor continues to insist that Cherokee tags are registered with the state and entered into a database where plate pay can be used, and the Highway Patrol and other law enforcement must also be able to see those license plates.
They're going to try to confuse Oklahomans. Oh, Stitt just doesn't like the Cherokees. No, Stitt wants everybody to pay the same amount or everybody to be on the same set of rules. And you know me, I'm trying to get taxes lower for everybody. But if we don't have one race not paying on the turnpikes, let's make the turnpikes free. Let's get them paid off so nobody pays. But I'm not going to be here as a governor and say that somebody should pay and somebody shouldn't.
Again, I asked the chief to respond to the governor's claims about paid pay and unpaid turnpike tolls when he was on last week. Here's what he said.
The Cherokee Nation doesn't owe this money. I mean, we know that across the state, and this is true of all states that run pike pass type systems, or plate pass type systems, there is a degree of non-payment. That's a problem of his own creation, though. Remember, we didn't create the plate pay problem. That was created because the state didn't understand or just didn't occur to them to engage with tribes on that issue. And then they shift to this system where they read the plates, and there's not data sharing with the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority. That's not something we did. That's something the state did. And through their neglect, there's now an inability to collect.
A source familiar with compact talks tells me the governor is now open to a settlement of sort where the Cherokee Nation only pays $4 to $4.5 million to settle this once and for all. The state will eat half of what is due. Cherokee drivers will then pick up their own tolls and their tabs in the future. I reached out to the Cherokee Nation multiple times today for comment on the newly proposed compact. We have not heard back, but when we do, I will bring it to you right here on Fox 23, and as well as updating our web story on fox23.com.